Sweet Auburn Avenue, once the epicenter of civil rights and influence, has seen better days. But after years of neglect, an organization is revitalizing the district one block at a time. Its efforts will be recognized at a special gala. I got a first-hand look at the changes happening there and a chance to meet the woman leading that charge. The oldest continuing Black-owned and controlled daily newspaper in the United States. What does that do when you hear those words, or even when you stop and read that placard?
What it reminds me of, frankly, is the importance that we are allowed to tell our stories.
This is Auburn Avenue, once called the richest street in the world for blacks by Fortune magazine. Starting in 1906, black entrepreneurs and innovators created a district so rich, political leader John Wesley Dobbs nicknamed it Sweet Auburn Avenue. By the early 1950s, that momentum was interrupted by the downtown connector known as I-75-85.
It just split it, and so you also lost that entire swath of businesses and shops and institutions that it demolished.
Today, it's a neighborhood in transition.
We can't lose any more historic fabric.
For the last 20 years, Tomanika Youngblood has been bringing Sweet Auburn back to life. So in essence, you're talking about this is where the old meets the new.
That is exactly right. But it was a very dark, very unloft-like, non-loft-like looking place.
Right. The Studioplex was one of the first major projects.
So that was a door for the warehouse. It was a cotton compress warehouse. So cotton came in on wagons. Right. You opened the door, you loaded up the cotton, and then you went into the warehouse to be baled.
Today, it's an open-air retail and a residential hub. You think about, what was it, back in 1998?
Yes.
You had to really see overall, really see the forest for the trees to think, this is where I want this to be, this open-air project, that people are going to want to shop, but they're going to want to feel like they're outside but inside.
Yes, we want people to understand what this neighborhood was and what made it so important. But we also recognize that it has to be a functional project in the now.
Currently, there's close to $500 million in developments, from a boutique hotel to historic restorations.
There's my buddy. How you doing, man?
One project, the Prince Hall Masonic Building, housed Martin Luther King Jr.'s office within SCLC.
The office will be essentially what it was when Dr. King sat at his desk and did his work.
Civil rights pioneer and Congressman John Lewis is a major champion of Sweet Auburn. He says the preservation is vital.
I'm deeply saddened and troubled by the way the street looked today. Just as the street where we marched, where we played, where we had fun, where we danced, where we attended church.
Tomanika hopes her efforts attracts younger visionaries who embrace the history in order to create their own.
What we want people to understand was how important we are to the fabric.
And African American is American history.
And is American history.
Congressman Lewis and Tomanika will both be recognized at the Sweet Auburn Works Gala, which will be held at the Atlanta History Center. Gloria Neal, CBS 46 News.